Smash Factor.
Ripping driver, going for it. Oh my goodness. How about that tee shot?
That is crazy how far that is.
Wow. John Daly, take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
That's an aggressive line. That is beyond long.
Look at this, he's just driven the green. He has just driven the green.
I guess hello world, huh?
Welcome everybody to week 8 of the 2021-2022 PGA season, the Houston Open. I just went through many changes in sponsors, now called the Hewlett Packard Enterprise Houston Open. Second year at this course, should be a good one. Pretty decent field. Last year, the 1 year they played here, was a pretty decent little challenge. Only, what I have here, only 3 guys finished higher than -9 last year, so had a lot of birdie fest as of late. Doesn't look like we'll see that this year. I think we'll have a, mid-teens at most, probably low teens, although the weather does look pretty great down in Houston for the week. Last week, such a up and down week. Betting wise, obviously, was tremendous. We hit the Wolf 50-1 first round leader. Then we hit Hovland, Peters 398-1 double, longest odds I've ever hit. So that was a good finish. Reviewing the DFS was kind of frustrating, man. I had so much right. I had Wolf, Gooch, Hovland, JT. I think Willie Z was probably my only top player that really didn't do well. But then I go and look, because I was trying to figure out how I didn't do better, and then I went and counted it up. There was 13 guys at -3, which the cut number was -4. 9 guys in my player pool was at -3. 9. That's just a brutal blow. I think my player pool last week was, I think I did I do 100 lineups in the $5 or 75? I can't remember. Somewhere in the 40s probably. So, almost like 1/5 of my entire player pool finished at -3. If I can get half those guys to cross that -4 line, probably a lot better week. Luckily, betting easily covered all the DFS losses. Some shout outs. Hugger99 actually got that same double. Hovland Peters at 419-1 on FanDuel. So I do not have access to the FanDuel book here yet. So good for him. Hopefully you guys shop those around when you're looking at those doubles. Samson24, he continues his little PGA heater. New to the community this fall swing. Glad to have him in there. Very active as a new member. Soger 8 player, I believe that's how you say it. He ships a Captain Showdown on Sunday. So lots of positives on the week. Try to keep it rolling. We got 2 weeks left. This and then the RSM Classic, and then we will take a break from PGA for the first time in a basically first time since last June, since the reboot from COVID. Really haven't had too much of a long break. The Hero World Challenge will probably maybe have something in DraftKings. I don't know. It's only, I think, 18 to 20 guys, so not much there to dissect. But for all intents and purposes, we get a nice little break. Work on some things, improve some things in the background as we head towards the Tournament of Champions in the Hawaii swing in January. I will apologize in advance if any coughing goes on. Been fighting a little cold. My oldest actually tested positive yesterday for COVID after a close contact at school. So I had to deal with that. Had to pull the youngest out of school too, as he qualifies as a close contact. No one else has tested positive here yet, just him. So I do apologize if any coughing goes on. I'm trying to keep that to a minimal. Use the code SMASH. Come join us now. 20% off any package. Includes a 7-day free trial. Last weekend was just great all the way around. We had smashes in college football, PGA, NASCAR, UFC. I took down the Friday night NASCAR. I think it was a $12 contest. $10K to first. It's just an awesome time over at Gups Corner right now. NASCAR takes a little break till February. We're going to enhance and bump that product for February as well. Put some resources to it. Help Ryan out, make that even better. than what he did this year. He had an amazing year all the way around. Right now we focus on NFL, college football. We got NBA rolling daily. And good times. We get at the holidays here. This is a good time of the year. In general, come join us. Come check it out. Check it out this week. Basically get this week and next week. Check out some golf, see what that's all about. Check out our NFL tools. The Green Machine lineup optimizer builder is awesome for all sports. You can check that out as well. All that's included. We're one price, one product. Gupscorner.com/memberships to go check those out. If you have any questions, let me know. Rate and review us on iTunes. I'll be giving away some Millie Maker tickets on Thursday with the hot route with Ryan. All you got to do is rate and review us and send me a screenshot either in our GC Warrior Room Slack or on Twitter. You don't have to be a member. If you've done one a long time ago, go ahead and knock it out real quick and send it to me again. Subscribe and like this video on YouTube. In the comment section, tell me who your favorite play is in the 9K range this week. Your favorite play in the 9K range this week. I will do some giveaways on those comments like I do every week. Course preview, Memorial Park Golf Course. This is the second year they've been here. They were at the Golf Club of Houston prior to that. On my rankings, you'll see that I've noted that in the header. So probably not much similarities between the courses, but I just put it up there in case you wanted to. It's par 70, 3 par 5s, 5 par 3s. Bermuda rough and greens, long par 4s, a little bit wider than average fairways, very little water and bunkers on this course. Pretty much a second shot course, and you got to make putts. You look at the leaderboard last year, virtually everybody putting around the green stood out tremendously. Putting always does, but around the green did. So we're definitely going to be using that stroke gain irons stat this week a lot, which takes approach and around the green into combination. I like it better than looking at separate because it means if you're hitting all the greens, it's still positive because it's basically combining them. But if you are missing a green and getting up, it shows me you can still do that. So takes that into combo. Definitely a big step for me this week. Like I said, it's a tough challenge. Only 3 guys better than -9 last year and 3 pretty good golfers. Ortiz, who made a run last week, won it over DJ and Matsu. And remember, this was DJ's first event after his COVID situation, and then he goes on to win the Masters, and then Matsu goes on to win the Masters in April. I know there's a lot of people back and forth saying this doesn't correlate to the Masters, even though some of the notes you see says there are parts of it there was some influence there, and it's hard to argue the fact that right after they played this for the first time, the next 2 Master winners came in second place here. So take that for what you will. It certainly isn't, the Masters or Gus or anything like that, but there's probably some, similarities there. Weather looks perfect. 70, sunny, not much wind, no rain at all. It's going to be a beautiful week down there in Houston. I got the cut somewhere around +2, +3. I don't know. Last time we had a plus number cut. I think last year it was +3. Winter, I might have around -11, -12. I just think it's a tough challenge. I don't think they're going to go real super deep this year. Maybe a little bit better, more guys up there than last year. Just seeing it for the guys that had seen it for the first time, come back a little familiar. You could see maybe -15 sneak in there, but that'd be the highest, I think. Stats I'm looking at: good drives, stroke gain irons, bogey avoidance, scoring opportunities inside 18 feet, and good approach. Like I said, first year was last year, so you can see on the rankings how many guys played it. Quite a few played it last year and came back. Salary ranges, we have 7 10K, 7 9K, 10 8K, 30 guys in the 7K, and 72 guys in the 6K. And I'm sure they'll have some Monday Q guys that will go in there today. 9K and above in the Sweet 16, I give you 3 picks and a Bubble Boy. Fade of the week, sleeper of the week, some gut filled plays, top 5 that pop and 2 long shots betting provided by Monkey Knife Fight. And then we call it a day. 9K, I like Burns. I don't think, especially with guys like Brooks at 9,900, Hatton at 10,000, who finished 7th here last year. Cam Smith, who, we're talking about short game around the green. He's one of the better ones in the tour. I don't think many people are going to want to be willing to pay for Burns up there at the top. He finished 7th here himself. He's number 1 in recent form in my model, 18th in Bermuda putting. I think we'll get him at a lower ownership. I don't think many people are going to want to go there and pay up when you got all these others. Sung Jae is 10-7 below him. Didn't do too well here, but he's been playing a lot better as of late. Second in recent form for me. So I don't think, especially, even Scheffler finished good last week, a fourth. He played here last year, a 32nd. So I think we get a low owned Burns, and I don't mind taking advantage of that, especially MME wise. You technically probably need a win, but the way that things can shake out, a top 5 could get it done. I think he's playing great. He played well at the course last year. I'll take some low on Burns. Now, for some reason, does get talked up this week, then I don't necessarily want to play that, but I don't see that. I think a lot of people are going to be willing to pay down. Next up for me is Neiman, 9,500, fifth last week. He hasn't played this course yet, but Bermuda's his best putting surface. The course fit model that I did, I brought in about 6 courses that I felt were close to this one. He was 5th. Recent form, he's 23rd. And stat model, he's 5th overall. 8th in good drives. 9th in opportunities inside 18 feet. 12th in good approach. I think he's just playing good. Played good last week. I don't know if I think it was Friday, Saturday, or maybe Saturday, Sunday. 2 of the days, man, he was hot and just couldn't finish the round. He had, 6 bogeys finishing those 2 rounds after starting on fire. I think it was Friday, Saturday. Really could have been in contention there. But 9,500, I think, is a good price in this field. I'll take some Neiman. Brooks, I'll go back to. Was okay. He made a little run Friday, and then I think he triple bogeyed next to last hole. I don't think he was going to make the cut. But, he was a part of this redo. They consulted him during this redo there in Houston. Very familiar with the course. He finished 5th here last year. 9,900. I assume he may be a little chalky. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But I just like, taking him in this spot, hopefully because of the not so great finishes as of late. People are off him. But at that price for a guy that can win, the betting market price is great too. I'll take some Brooks at 9,900. And my bubble boy is Sung Jae. Not really a bubble boy for me. I'm going to play him more than likely. Just can't fit 4 guys up there. 9th at the CJ Cup, a 50th here last year. He's 6th in the stroke gain iron category, which I'm looking at the most. 6th in bogey avoidance. 2nd in opportunities at 18 feet. I like him in this field, especially the bogey avoidance, stuff like that. Like this kind of 11, 12, 13 under suits his game, I think. Think of the Honda Classic when he won that. Grinded out, 10-7. I'll probably up there. Those are the 2 I'm looking at, him and Burns. Cam Smith a little bit. Hatton, I think, is going to be the most popular. He's the cheapest. It'll be interesting to see where Hatton and Brooks go because they're $100 apart. Both played well here last year. Hatton's probably got a little bit better recent form than Brooks. It'll be interesting if people pivot off of that. And then I kind of think Scheffler and Finau up here will kind of be split. I don't think either one of them are going to be priorities. But I like Sung Jae and Burns the best in the 9 or 10K range this week. 8K, I'm going to start with Lowry. Where is he at? I just lost him. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Okay. I was like, he wasn't my top 10. There we go. 11th here last year, which I like. A 14th 2 years ago at the other course. He missed a cut last week, was fairly popular. Maybe people get off of him. 5th in stroke gain iron, 7th in good approach, 21st in opportunities inside 18 feet. 40th in bogey avoidance. I guess that could be a little bit better. If he can get off the tee, he's not very good. Or his putting stats at Bermuda aren't great, but 8,200. The fact that he got 11th here last year, he at least found these greens friendly to him. So I'll take him at $8,200 this week. Next, Seamus Powers, 8,400. Did not play here last year. Had played the other course and made the cut 2 prior years. Coming in good form. On a 12th and 11th. Continues to be somewhat popular and continues to pay it off. I assume he'll probably be bumped back up there again. Into the season last year really well and keeping it rolling here. So no reason to go off him in this kind of deal. Good recent form. 2nd in bogey avoidance, 13th in stroke gain irons, 22nd opportunities inside 18 feet, 38th in good approach, 29th in good drive. All those are good numbers for that price. Legitimately someone that could contend here and be there on Sunday with a chance to win. mid-pack on the Bermuda putting, so I don't hate that. So I have some Seamus Power this week. McNeely, I go back there, had him last week. He finished 11th, showed, definitely some signs. He's playing really, really good since the new start of the season. A 38th, a 25th, and 11th his last 3 starts. A 20th here last year, 17th at the old course 2 years ago. 8th in bogey avoidance, 10th in opportunities inside 18 feet. His approach game is really kind of the make or break. When he's got his irons going, he can contend. If they get off a little bit, long term, that's where he struggles, but he is good off the tee with 15th in good drives. So at 8,500, I'll take some shares. Hope he keeps an iron play going like he's had since the reboot. And then Russell Henley's my bubble boy. Very popular last week. Made the cut, but didn't do anything with it. Finished 56th. He had a 29th here last year, but a pretty good run at this tournament. Before that, he had a 5th, a 1st, an 8th, and a 61st at the other course. I know that doesn't correlate a lot, but he's playing really good right now. 13th in recent form, 47th in putting on Bermuda, which is probably his best surface. 4th in the stroke gain iron category. 4th in good approach. 16th in opportunities inside 18 feet. 39th in bogey avoidance, not too terrible. Really kind of comes down to his driving. Good drives, he's 102nd. So if he can keep that ball in play and give him a chance, he'll be there come Sunday. Probably watch a little bit for the ownership deal just because he was so popular last week. Didn't pay it off, but more people nowadays are going back quicker than what we used to. So that's the only reason I have him on the bubble boy. I don't know if I want to play a chalky Henley, but maybe if he slides under the radar a little bit, I'll go back to him. Mito, I'll go back to him again. Missed a cut last week. He was one of my guys that burned me. Stat-wise, he's number 1 for me. 3rd, 8th, 1st, 9th, and 15th in the 5 main categories. 1st in bogey avoidance. I love that this week. Missed a cut last week, so hopefully some people jump off of him. I'm going to keep riding him, especially at $7,700. Like, I just didn't even make the cut, top 20 upside, and he certainly has that. So I love Mito this week. HV3, a 15th here last year. This is, he puts well on Bermuda, probably his best putting surface. 7th in stroke gain irons, 12th in bogey avoidance, 18th in good approach, 28th in opportunities inside 18 feet. Did miss a cut last week. I think he was one of them. He was -3 or -2 right there. Had him in the pool. 8th in recent form, 10th in my course fit model. Starting probably to get his legs under him again. Had the new baby, had some time off, went to Mexico. That was his first tournament, or maybe the second tournament since he had the baby. But they only got 2 weeks. I think these golfers can get a little focused. It's kind of like when you're in the 4th quarter or something, it's kind of like us. Like, it's just been exhausting especially when you get football around too. It's like, all right, let's get through this week and next week, and then we get a little break. And Harold's not going to play in the Hero World Tiger deal. So, a lot of these guys grind out this week and next week, then they get a legit almost 2 month, about 6 to 8 weeks rest, and get ready for the rest of the 2022 season. So I like him to show up good this week. 7,700 is a great price as well. Chad Ramey, 7,500. I'm going to go back to him. Been playing well. He's one of the new guys on tour. 17th at the Bermuda. A little bit better than mid-pack on putting. 1st in opportunities inside 18 feet. 10th in my stroke gain iron category I really like. The other categories are okay. Good drives is his worst, 91st. But limited stats there, so you're more just going on the talent. He's played well. I like how he played at the Bermuda. $7,500. Needed to make a cut, have some upside, and I think he does have that this week. And then Vegas, and who was the other one? That's gonna bother me. See if I can figure it out real quick. Oh, Woodland. Vegas and Woodland finished -3. And Woodland bogeyed the very last hole. I can't remember what Vegas did. Those were 2 that really, of the 9 guys, those were probably the 2 I had the most of. I really killed a lot of good 6-6 lineups. I'll go back to him. I'm sure he burned some other people as well, but lives down there in Houston, probably somewhat familiar with the course. A 44th here last year. Like I said, missed a cut last week. He's 4th in recent form for me, though. 13th in course fit, 24th in stats. I'll give it a bounce back week. He's only 7,500, so if he can just make the cut, he missed it on the number last week. He's got the upside. Again, I think he's probably played this course more than most, especially now that it became on the PGA Tour. Living down there in Houston, I don't think he'll get popular coming off the miscut last week, but we'll see. That's probably the only reason I keep on the bubble boy is just to see if he gets to talk up this week. But I like the price at 7,500. 6K range, Scott Piercy. I really like him this week. I think he's a good 6K play. There's several 6K that can fit some lineups. So getting Burns in isn't going to be too difficult. I just don't know how many people are going to want to go pay up when they can go to other guys. 32nd here for Burns, a 40th last week, 16th in my stat model. It really comes down to putting for him. He's one of the worst Bermuda putters in the field. If he can get the rock rolling at 6,700, all we need is a made cut. We'll be good to go. 5th in good drives, 16th in good approach, 35th in opportunities inside 18 feet. I really like Piercy this week. Let's hope the putter can get rolling. D. Golly, I've been riding him for a long time now, ever since he made his debut. I'll go back to him. Made the cut at Bermuda. Didn't do much on the weekend. Love his upside, though. I think just the talent-wise for $6,900, probably won't be too high owned. 9th in bogey avoidance, which I do like. I'll have some Thigali in my lineups this week. Joseph Bramlett, major price reduction for him over the last several weeks. Back-to-back missed cuts, I think, will keep people off of him. He was super popular not 2 or 3 weeks ago, but $6,200. And him, it really comes down to putting. He's 9th in my stat model and 122nd in the Bermuda putting. So a little bit of risk there. He didn't play here last year, so a little concern there. But at $6,200, I'm willing to have some flyers on him in MMEs, and he really makes some of those builds work as well. Swafford played him last week, did good, made the cut, finished 33rd, 32nd at CJ Cup. Really playing well as of late. Missed a cut here last year, though. Average in Bermuda putting, 25th in my stat model, 8th in good approach, 17th in opportunities inside 18 feet, 16th in good drives. If you look, the more recent you look at him, the better his stats look. When you look over a longer term, not so great, but at $6,800, I'll go back to him, ride this little fall swing form he's got going, and hope he can make another cut for us. Fade of the week right now for me is Lanto, 8,100. Not a big Lanto guy in general. He won here 2 years ago at the different course. People may see that and not realize that, and so could be a little more popular there. A 58th last year at the new course. He did get 7th at Zozo, so I like that. He's a good Bermuda putter. Stat-wise, though, he just doesn't pop at all. 42nd in good drive, 68th in irons, 69th in bogey avoidance, 87th in opportunities inside 18 feet, and 36th inside approach. A lot of it's come with the flat stick lately. And at $8,100, I'll just pass on him this week. Sleeper of the week, Davis Reilly. Really like this kid. Been playing him a lot, since he's come on tour here this season. He's had some good. Let me find. There we go. What did he get? 7th? I think it was. Yeah, 7th 2 weeks ago at the Bermuda. He missed a cut last week, but I mean that's going to happen with these young kids. $6,500. The upside is there. Limited size, but he's 20th in Bermuda putting, 17th in good drives, 54th in bogey avoidance. I just like that. This is a talent play, so kind of that almost a borderline gut feel play, but he's not going to be but 2 or 3%. That's why I say a sleeper. I'll trust that. Have some shares of him in MMEs and give him a go this week. Gut feel plays of the week. Wolf, I'll go back to him. Played well last week. Won us some money. If he doesn't have the horrible Saturday, he probably could have won the tournament. 3 tremendous rounds, including I think he shot 10 under on the first round leader. Saturday he shot +3 when like the scoring average was 2 or 3 under. So he really just fell apart that day. Which at the time I was a little frustrated because I also had him as an outright. But then as I saw it could have been JT and Hovland, and then Peters had a chance to win the Euro. I was like, well, maybe this isn't a bad thing. But he still came back and finished 5th. Even I like the bounce back there. So he had a bad day. He comes back Sunday, grinds it out, gets a top 5 finish. His stats still aren't going to show anything positive just because of the downside he had long term. But I'll take some chances on him at 10-4. I think he'll probably be the lowest owned in that 10K range. Maybe I'm wrong there. We'll see. I don't know how many people are going to want to go back to him. Maybe a Scheffler could be low owned. I don't know. That'll be an interesting one to kind of see how that shakes out. Cam Smith is a guy I talked about earlier. I don't mind taking some shares on him. 10-2. I really like the 10K range this week, so I'm going to have to figure out, do I load up there and just kind of bypass? Maybe I take Neiman and Brooks and pass up on the rest of the 9, a lot of the 8s. I don't know that's going to be, because I like Gooch. Ortiz is defending champ. Reed showed some, life and fight after he started horrible on Thursday, shoots a 600 Tuesday. So his 9-10 range is pretty loaded. But I could have 3 of these 10K guys. I'll probably pass on Hatton, Scheffler, and Finau, and then have to decide on one of the other guys between M, Burns, Smith, and Wolf, depending on ownership. Smith's around the green game is, just one of the best. Like I said, this course should fit him well. He putts well on Bermuda. Good approach. He's 14th in opportunities inside 18 feet. I just have to see how the ownership kind of shakes out there. Next one is Gooch. I'll go back to him. Had a tremendous week last week. $9,300, definitely affordable. 11th at Mayakoba, a 4th here last year at this tournament. So I like that a lot. He's playing great. Had a 5th at CJ Cup. Talked about him a lot this year, being this year's Sam Burns. So I'll take some Gooch. And the next one it surprised me when I got to him. EVR is not a guy I play a lot of, but he definitely sticks out to me. $7,800. 48th at Zozo, 25th at CJ Cup, a 20th here last year. My course fit model I ran, he was 2nd. So I like a lot of positive things about him at only $7,800. So he's my last gut feel play of the week. Betting top 5 that pop in 2 long shots. Use the code GUPS, GUPS. The link is in the description for Monkey Knife Fight. Get a dollar for dollar match up to $100 right now. I will release my PGA plays tomorrow, then my college football and NFL plays on the coin flip Thursday. Top 5 that pop for me: Mito 70, HV3 50, Russell Henley 45, McNeely 35, Ramey 80, Harry Higgs 125 for the long shot, and Thigali 150 for the long shot. I'll have my official first outrights out later this afternoon. Been on a little heater here in the fall swing, so let's try to finish that strong these last 2 weeks. Cup with Gup will be out later this afternoon. I'll go over my NFL power ranks, waiver wire ads, and my deep dive into the Houston Open. Tomorrow, final thoughts for the Houston Open as well on Cup with Gup. Hope you guys have a great and blessed Tuesday. I will be back later on this afternoon and talk to you later. Thanks.